The 2026 Infiniti QX80 Sport comes to us in a slight redesign for the Sport trim. It still remains one level above the autograph trim, and it replaces the sensory trim of 2025. I actually had a chance to spend a week with the 2025 autograph trim at the beginning of this year. And after driving the Sport trim, I think that this is the trim to go with if you're interested in one of Infiniti's full-size luxury SUVs. I'm going to show you the exterior, the interior, and of course a POV drive, and why this is the trim I think you should buy if you're in the market for one of these things. So under the hood for this Infiniti QX80 Sport is a 3.5 liter twin turbocharged V6. Great to see the V6 make a return, and it is producing 450 horsepower and 516 pound-feet of torque. Now we also get a 9-speed automatic transmission, and of course all-wheel drive comes standard here. So these numbers are extremely good and also extremely impressive. This vehicle can absolutely go with no issues at all, and if you're somebody who's into using your luxury SUV for towing, well, it can do that too. It can tow 8,500 pounds. Not too bad. All right, so next up we are taking a look at the exterior for the Infiniti QX80. Not very bright out, but good because you can see how classy these headlights look. So for the front of the QX80, specifically with the Sport trim, you're gonna get a different looking front bumper. So a redesigned front end, you can see we kind of have a lip down here, looks really cool. You also see the front grille is gonna be a little bit different. So we've kind of got this diamond pattern right here. Looks really, really good. Of course, you got the front-facing camera, front-facing parking sensors, you name it, it's here. I like these main headlights here. Very, very nice looking as well. The main Infiniti badge does light up, looks really, really good. Really no complaints here. It does look very clean and very, very elegant still, even with this slight redesign for the Sport trim. Let's head over to the side profile though, where you do see we have exclusive rims that look really good. And now the vehicle, when you look at it from this point of view, it's in its entry point. So it's at its lowest that it could possibly be. So you can see that front bumper or that front end is just sitting right on the tires almost. This looks really, really cool. It's at this level that the QX80 looks its best, and I really wish you could drive around like this because it just looks phenomenal. You also have a fixed running board here. You have a fixed step that doesn't move or retract or detract, whatever it is, but it still looks pretty nice. Kind of makes it look a little wider, gives it a bit of a wider stance. I do like these door handles as well. They pop out, very nice. I tested it last year in the winter, no problem with the ice. In the back, you have kind of that one Infiniti light. You know, you have that one light bar that goes right across. A little bit of a redesign for the rear bumper as well. You got the QX80 S badge with the four-wheel drive. The S badge is a return to signify the Sport trim. With front-facing or the rear-facing camera for the mirror is actually in the window somewhere. You can't even see it. It's extremely hard to see, but you also have a rear wiper right up there as well. But let's check out the trunk space. Automatic tailgate, of course. I think I have the vehicle locked, so you have to press it a few times. There we go. Automatic tailgate, you can see it fits my stuff, no problem. We also do have powered retracting seats, so power folding seats. So if I want to bring it up, I can just press the button on the right here. And you can see that is going to come up. It's a little bit on the slow side, but it still does happen. It does work. And you do have a little bit of storage underneath the carpet here. No big deal. Other than that, you do have an outlet right over here, which looks nice. And yeah, these seats can retract and do whatever you need to do. And also you can fully lower the suspension even more or make it higher for whatever, you know, your need is in terms of trunk and storage space. Very nice. So that's going to do it for my thoughts of the exterior of the QX80, but we still got much to go over. Let's hop in the back. All right, so as usual, first up is the rear for the Infiniti QX80, and the Sport trim comes with the really nice blue interior with the Klipsch, I think that's how you say it, reference Premier audio system. Look, it's really good, sounds really good. I love the way the different materials, you got like this wood here, and then you have like this Alcantara down here as well. Very, very nice. Infiniti on the door sill. The seats are power operated, very nice. Of course, at over $120,000, you're going to want to have kind of something power operated back here. So all of the seats are actually power operated. I could access the third row very easily by just pushing that button right up there. It's going to fold forwards, and then just look at how much space I have. I can actually climb in here with the camera on. It just is super easy. And then, obviously you're going to have to manually adjust your headrests for, if you're actually going to sit here, but I could also recline back here as well, or go forward, whatever you want to do. You can do that from the control back here. And then to close it, obviously, you press the button again, it will come right back. Check this out. And you'll see just how much room I actually have here. Full-size adults can fit in here. I have a ton of headroom, my own vents, cup holders, USB-C port on both sides. Very, very nice. And again, that third row is power adjustable, so is this second row. Let me hop in the captain's chair here. So same thing, very easy to do. If you're stuck in the third row, you press it, it moves right out of the way. And it's a little easier to get in than out, but still not that bad. I can grab onto here, and then there we go. And then I'll just move the seat right back. So it doesn't actually go all the way back. Right away, you actually have to adjust for that, but still very nice. Now I can push the seat all the way back because I don't have anybody there, and I can hop right in. So once you're sitting in the captain's chair, it's a very nice place to spend time. I'm missing like the privacy screen though. I find that interesting. It is well enough tinted, but you know, if I want to block some more sun for my daughter back here, can't really do that because I don't have, you know, this kind of thing going on. I don't have a privacy screen, but that's not a huge deal. Dual zone or tri-zone automatic climate control back here, heated and ventilated seats. You can control all your settings from there. No touchscreen stuff. You also have 2 USB-C ports, little Infiniti carpet down there, a nice cup holder setup here, as well as you get a little storage. This could have been a cool wireless charging spot, but you still get 2 USB-C ports back here as well. And yeah, really could do a road trip back here, no problem. Got a little bit of storage. You don't have like iPad storage or anything here, but still really, really solid for the back seat of the QX80. But let's hop up front. All right, so next up is front seat, QX80. Let's take a look. Again, greeted by this nice blue interior, 2 sets of memory seat settings, power operated driver and passenger seat, as well as you got the sound system in the headrest. It's a surround sound system, sounds very, very good. And you've also got the power adjusting plus a massage seat button. Very nice. Let's hop in here. You got a nice little step to do that because this is a pretty big SUV. Close the door. Greeted by this sort of circle, sort of flat bottom steering wheel. It's not like necessarily like a straight D cut, like it does have a curve to it. It's quite interesting, but actually very, very nice in terms of, you know, a front seat SUV. You've got different, you know, themes we can go through in a second here, but the steering wheel is, you know, kind of full of these touch buttons. But a very interesting thing is this kind of selector wheel here. So if I'm on this side, I can control what's in the gauge cluster, right? So I can control that, and it's also like tilted a little bit. It feels really good. But if I click this button right here, I can actually then control all of the infotainment stuff, which is pretty cool. I can move it around, I can go down, I can go up, and it also acts as, you know, these arrows here too can also control that as well. It looks really, really cool the way that that works. So I'm a fan of that. Of course, you got cruise control settings on the left, and then this is obviously the other controls. All the way to the left-hand side, though, we do have the lane centering assist button, the auto start-stop button, the heads-up display button, the trunk button, and obviously I've got your electronic parking brake and your auto brake hold. I also really like this little section here. It's a little bit of piano black, but you're not going to touch it, so that's awesome. And let's get on to this digital gauge cluster. So you can see, hello, it's very reflective. That's one thing I noticed. It's a little bit interesting. But I don't hate it. We can go into different themes here, and I turned on my radio. I don't want to get copyrighted. All right. We can go into different things. We're going to go into customize display, change meter view. So we can have enhance, which is what we're in now. You can have elegant, which kind of gives you the meters, and then you can also have dynamic, which looks a little, so everything looks a little different, but I like the enhance. It's really simple, especially when you go to the home screen, which we can do. You can also have different like settings up, different screens up if you want, height control, torque, start stop stuff, fuel saved, drive computers, different things like that. But I just like the speed, and I like this. It's very simple. It shows me my gas, my speed, my revs. That's all I need to know. You can get a little bit more complicated with that if you want, and yeah, very, very simple. But I like to look at this, but you can obviously complicate your life a little bit more if you want to. I like the digital infotainment display. It's very fast, very responsive. It also has this, which I love. The dash cam feature of the front and the rear. There also is one inside, but I think on this trim it's actually not activated because I don't see any angle for it. But it can record audio and stuff like that, and you can also have the rear. So, if you ever get into an accident, you can record an event, or you can take a photo of something. So if you see something, or somebody's crashed into you or whatever, you can take a photo of that in real time. Timestamps and everything will be included in that. So it's really, really cool. I think it's something all SUVs or just vehicles in general should have. You can control the interior lights, so the ambient lighting in here, which is pretty decent. Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, both are wireless. You can also control the sound system, so your surround sound stuff as well. It's got Google Maps built in, so very, very nice. So overall, really, really easy to use. And once you kind of set it up, there's not really too much of a reason to touch it, but yeah, you can see how quickly it is. And you can switch up the theme a little bit too. Start, stop buttons right here. The only physical controls really in the entire vehicle are right here, and that's pretty much it, because for the HVAC, you have your own little screen. Now, it is a touch button, but it's like you have to actually press it like a real button, and then it kind of gives you this tap back on your finger. It's interesting. You can see all my drive modes right here. I can control the ride height. Obviously, I can control the front and the rear climate control settings, which is very cool. You can also lock it out if you have kids, you don't want them to play with it, whatever. So all that works really, really nicely. No really big deal about it. Some people aren't going to love the fact that you have to touch, and it is a thing to get used to for sure. But for me, I think it's fine. I've been using it all week. This is your drive selector. So right here, just press the button. I have my drive control here, so I can change the ride height if I need to. I've also got 360-degree camera views, absolutely everywhere around the vehicle, no problem. I mean, there's a ton of angles, a ton of different things to see. You even got like a 3D shot as well. Obviously, it doesn't keep the color of my vehicle. This is actually the one that I had beginning of the winter. I think it looks like the autograph version, the top trim, which we don't have, but that's okay. I still like that. Digital rear view mirror, which is very nice. We've also got a little bit of storage in here, or not storage, this is the wireless charging and also the wire charging compartment. Cup holders, storage here, got a little shelf, and also has a little light, which is very nice. Like I said, passenger seat is also massaging. They get the headrest too. Nice sunroof in here as well. So overall, a really good interior, but I love, love, love this blue trim. It looks super premium. I think I had like a burgundy trim on the last one, and that looked good too, but I just think this blue takes it to another level, takes another step. Really looks like something luxurious. It's not something you see every day, and I do really, really like looking at the inside of it. So really good job by Infiniti on this one. Looks premium, feels premium. Look at this, even got the little Infiniti badge inside the steering wheel. So all of this is really, really well done. But let's see how it drives. Let me strap that GoPro to my forehead. Let's take it for a spin. All right, on the road now, 2026 Infiniti QX80 Sport. Welcome to the seat that I have been sitting in all week. What a great place it's been to spend time. Oh my goodness. It is just such a smooth ride. Got so much room in here. Visibility is actually really good, although you'll notice the windshield is a little on the small side, but you do have a really good view of that front end, so I feel like it's easy to get around in it, and kind of easy to know where the vehicle is at all times, and it's just quiet in here. That's one thing you'll notice that is pretty good. It's so quiet in here. So this 3D audio system that we have, this Klipsch, I think that's how you say it, the audio system is it just comes right through, no problem. And it's just been a really, really fun week. And it gets a lot of looks, actually, from people in traffic, and then just people walking by it. And I get it, because it is a really good-looking SUV. And it also has, a good amount of power, right? It's a twin-turbocharged V6. I think something like 450 horsepower, something like that. And so it absolutely rips. Let me show you what I mean. Let's give it some beams here. That is a really good amount of movement, good amount of speed. Twin turbo V6, love to see that. And I'm pretty sure that is the engine across the board here for the Infiniti QX80. So whether you're getting the top trim or the middle trim or the base, you are getting, a pretty quick SUV. So definitely lives up to the Sport name in terms of, how much it can pull you around. And I just, like I said, I've just enjoyed my time with it. It's just been super easy to drive. The handling is decent. I'll say something like probably the Acura MDX probably handles a little better, feels a little bit more planted than this thing because of this thing's boxy kind of squareness. It is, maybe a little got a little bit more body roll, but still, I don't think you're buying this thing to, absolutely light up a track. You're really buying it for, the luxury experience, and trust me, it is super comfortable. Rides really, really well. I think it rides, better than something like a Cadillac Escalade IQ. It's a lot less lighter, obviously, so the IQ is electric, and, this thing isn't obviously going to be that heavy, so it also uses air suspension as well, so that obviously is going to help you a ton. Even in sport mode here, like, the bumps are super manageable. Like, you barely even feel them on like a straight highway or something, cruise control on. You're just relaxing the whole way down, and like got the massage seats going on for the passenger and the driver as well. So no matter what, you're going to be extremely comfortable riding around in this thing, whether it's like you're stuck in traffic or you have an extremely long commute. I even have a snow mode. I tested it in the winter with the autograph trim. I had the QX80 in the winter. It was completely fine. I have winter tires on right now. Completely fine. Doesn't really change the ride quality that much at all. So I think, whatever weather you end up getting hit with, you're going to be really, really well off. And just the sport trim, I just love this blue accent interior. It looks so professional, so good. And like I said, I don't find myself missing a lot of those features that come with the autograph, like that center console that you can you have a touchscreen in the back, or, the massage captain chairs. I really don't miss those things. They still have ventilated and heated captain chairs back there. So like, I don't really care that it's not there. And I feel like you probably save quite a bit of money by just getting this one, and you're still getting, like, to me anyways, a very high-end premium luxury experience. And that's really what's important. I also love this digital rearview mirror, really high quality, whether it's at nighttime, whether it's in a bit of rain or, like low light conditions like this. And it's actually quite safe as well, especially, if you have your stuff, your car full of stuff, right? You have it packed to the ceiling. You don't have to worry about looking at the side mirrors to kind of see through the back, or looking through the garbage in your back seat to see it. Bang, you have right there. Or say you have people and you don't want to have to look in between their heads. You don't have to do that. You just have this digital rearview mirror. It kind of just adds to, a little layer of safety there. So fuel economy wise, not the greatest. I'm at 18.1 liters per 100 kilometers, and honestly, I think that you could probably get that down way lower. I think you could probably get it down to like the 11 or 10s if you're driving like mostly highway and you're not doing as much city as I am, and also you're not like idling it, because I have to idle these things to film them. So 18.1 is it's a lot, right? It's a lot, and I don't know, I feel like if you can afford this vehicle and you can probably afford the gas, right? Like usually that's the case, or maybe you're stretching to get it. I don't know. But yeah, it's obviously not great. But you will, like long-term ownership, you will get lower, I think. You will see a lot less, because I'm not really, just parking this car and getting out. I'm parking it, filming it, doing all these things, ripping it, pressing the gas on and off. My job is to test these things for you guys, so I do that. I test it, and sometimes the trade-off for testing is fuel economy. So yeah, I think that's pretty good, though. I think you could probably get it down into the low 10s and be happy. The one thing I think is going to be the biggest issue for a lot of people is, some people simply don't know the QX80 even exists, or some people don't even know the brand Infiniti. Like, I've had a couple of people ask me already this week, like, I didn't know Infiniti was still around, and I didn't know they made vehicles that look like this. And then you told them the price, and they're like, okay, well, that makes sense. That's why I'd have no idea this thing exists. It's completely out of any price range that I'd ever be in. So it hasn't been on their radar at all. And that's kind of the unfortunate thing, but at the same time I get it, because this thing has quite a bit of luxury built in. It's all premium materials. I don't know about reliability. Like, I don't know if, at a certain amount of kilometers, is it going to crap out on you? I don't know. Only you guys can tell me that. The folks that are watching this video that own QX80s, whether it's past, present, I don't know, maybe future if you're an exec, I guess. But still, like, I don't know. I feel like maybe not so great from like the other YouTube comments that I've seen. Maybe not so great on the repair wise. I think people have heard some bad things about it, but honestly, I don't know. So yeah, overall the driving experience and just, being stuck in traffic or doing long road trips, I think you're going to have absolutely no problem. you know, and I think the features that are included in the autograph version of this thing are just not worth it. I think the sport trim is really, really the sweet spot, and it's just, man, Infiniti have a really solid full-size luxury SUV. It is seriously in the running for like my top one of the year, and if it's not the number one, it's very close number two. You know, it's either going to be one or two. I think it's that high up in my list of like, you know, this vehicle is very good, very impressive. Problem is, not enough of you know about it. So hopefully I am putting you onto something. And so there you go. That's my thoughts on driving. Let me know what you think about driving it, or if you've ever driven one, you know, at all. Let me know what your experience has been like. And, you know, let's head over to the outro. So there you go. That's pretty much my thoughts on the Infiniti QX80 Sport. The trim to go with, I mean, I didn't even realize how much I was missing out on from last year. I didn't even remember that center console that had the massaging rear seats. I remembered none of that, but I remember the look of this, the blue interior, right? The nice sporty look on the road, this lowered stance that it has before you get in. This Sport just looks the part to me, and I think it's probably the version of the QX80 that is the most bang for your buck. Obviously, it's well in the $100,000 Canadian range, but still, if you're in the market for one of these things, this is a good choice, and a choice that not a lot of people are making, because you still have Cadillac out here doing their thing, and they're still going to probably be the best. But for those that are watching this video, I hope I've put you on to a full-size luxury SUV that you don't see on the road very often, and that I think you should see more of, because it is seriously good. Let me know what you think of the QX80 in the comments. If you have any questions, or if I missed anything, please feel free to point it out. I love having a conversation with you guys in the comments. That being said, make sure you like, subscribe if you want to see more vehicles just like this one. I'll see you in the next week. See you in the next car. Take care.